we all lay dying. And I've seen a garden where an urn of glazed coral holds the crushed bones of a 19-year-old boy I never knew. You said that when you found him, his fingertips were black like the noose bruise around his neck. And the pictures pouring out his pockets had visions of the scratched-out faces of all the people who never spent the time to know him. You said that you left his body hanging from the cedar rafters until his family came back from England. And the house stayed cold enough to preserve his body. The house stayed cold enough to keep ghosts wandering around floorboards, shoving suicide notes down their throats, and you said his hands. And you said his hands. And the way you moved your hands was me reading an obituary of every heart I've ever seen, pumping through thin skin, progressing away to give in. And I was just a child, in a stillborn costume, kneeling on the carpet, examining my Bic wounds, penciling cursive quotes onto the wall about trying to resurrect friendships out of fault lines, but too scared to feel the heat of my own body. And there is a gangland of violence under this skin, where a 6.7 earthquake shook the foundation of my childhood and ruptured into pulling up daisies from bedroom carpet. Shaking hands with rat poison, pedal pushing the canyon, writing the word hate on the crown molding inside of my closet, and I should have known then. But in retrospect, no bright-eyed sing-songs can channel a pigeon to keep its wings out of hell, and I'm sorry about the phone call and waking you. I guess it's just like breathing but not wanting to, some decisions you don't make. Some choices can't even be fake. Sometimes money is all you need for 2 feet of rope and a kick in the gut. I don't care if you deny it. We are all so obsessed with death as we lay dying. I saw a man cross the street in North Beach dressed in mourning, carrying white calla lilies, balancing on Raven's feet, trying to persuade the vultures to save face, so he could cast a death mask at a post-mortem reflection, and a suicide is not worth more than bus fare in this city. And I've swung each of my own corpses out of apartment windows just to watch my body crumble, but I've never seen a body die. But I know when I do, his fingers will look like ostrich feathers curling against a gust from the Santa Ana. And enough holy water and oil will spill down these stone steps where you told me about a memory of a lifeless teenager that had exhausted his connection with the earth. So he tied a noose around the birth of his death and dug enough chalk outlines into his skin, deep enough to say that the reason for living is getting ready to stay dead, is getting ready to plant calla lilies and get back.